Let's talk about color clarity and gemstone choice. So generally speaking, we work with colorless stones or white stones. Now we do every single gemstone imaginable, but this chart is very specific to our colorless or white gemstones. When we do color gemstones such as our rubies, emeralds, darker sapphires, so not your white sapphire, we'll generally really look at our clarities because that's important. Color is important because they will determine where they're from, whether it's a cauliflower blue or a sky blue or whatever the case may be. But the very important thing when it comes to color gemstones is our clarity, but that also works on a different clarity scale. That generally works on eye clean or loop clean or included. Now we don't want included when it comes to any of the colored gemstones. We want something that's eye clean or even better loop clean. All that means is you will not see any inclusions with a naked eye. Now for our colored stones, diamonds, moissanite, goshenite, colorless sapphires, these type of things, we use a color graded GIA scale. Some of them will still say it's an eye clean stone or a loop clean stone instead of this, but the general standard is to use this color chart, this color scale. So it's broken up into different sections: colorless, near colorless, faint, very faint, or very light and light. Now we generally don't like going below the color eye, and there are various reasons for that, and for us it is just about that purity of that sparkle, that purity of that diamond feel, that purity of that colorless nature. The problem is the further you go down the scale, the more you start moving to dirty mixtures of colors. You have fancy yellows, fancy browns, fancy blues that are stunning and very expensive compared to a normal colorless stone. But the problem is the lower we go down on the scale, we start mixing in dirty colors, a dirty brown mixed with a yellow, and we want to try and stay away from them. The lowest we might consider going is JK, but then we really want to be high up on the clarity scale so that it's this pure, beautiful stone without blemishes. So a lot of times you'll find a very specific graded stone, either DEF, GHI, JK to the very letter. That is more in your GIA certified natural earth mine diamonds, or very much in a very specific graded stone. Generally speaking though, when it comes to your sapphires, when it comes to your moissanites, as well as when it comes to certain diamonds, believe it or not, we do a colorless, near colorless, or faint grading. When it comes to our clarity, we really want to be anywhere between the VVS and the VS range. So the VVS to the VS range is that very slightly included. Nothing can be seen with the naked eye. The problem as soon as you get to your slightly included, if you have a look at that, the problem is as soon as you get to your slightly included stones, you will be able to see the spotting on the stones more vividly, which we do not want. So as for flawless and internally flawless, very few stones available there. These stones are usually bought out by certain brokers way in advance. So we generally still want to be in the high-end scale of the VVS to the VS range. Now, when it comes to the SI and the Is, we generally don't want to go that route. Number one, the stones are weak. They could break, they could crack, because these inclusions are in essence, in the end of the day, weaknesses within these very stones. So we generally would not like to be there.